Welcome everybody for day 3 of the Heal Your Chakras Intensive. I am really excited for today. We're getting deeper and deeper into everything that we've been talking about, and we have so much goodness for you coming up, and I am thrilled and excited to be getting into this. So welcome everybody. As you pop on, comment below, let me know that you're here. Let me know that you're ready to partake in this awesome intensive that is going on right now. So hi Melissa, hi James, hi Brittany, hi Maria. Thank you everybody for coming. Again, today is day 3. We will be talking about the effects of the chakra healing. And again, I'm going to add in so much good information that I'm guided to give you right on spot. So this is really cool. I'm not really preparing as much for this. I'm giving you the information that you need in order to be successful in this chakra healing, and also the information that comes in as we go forward with this intensive. So hi Lisa, hi Ivy. Thank you again everybody for coming for today. Now, we do have a couple of reminders that I want to announce right now, and I will announce at the end because this is really important for tomorrow when I teach you the technique. So tomorrow we're going to be taking everything that we've learned with the chakras and put it into practice. Okay, this is the time where you really get to jump in and to really take action on everything that you've learned. So again, thank you everybody for coming. So the reminders, and again, I'm going to say this at the end because it's really important. The reminders is tomorrow, come on time, okay? When I mean come on time, we're starting in 5 minutes. I'm going to give people 5 minutes to jump on, and we're starting ASAP, okay? Because we have a lot of information to cover tomorrow. So we're going to be starting ASAP tomorrow. So put a reminder, put an alarm on your phone to let you know I need to get there on time, and this is really important so that you can get all the information that you need to be successful. Number 2 is before you come, is to prepare the 4 pillars. So set up your sacred space, ground yourself, get into your heart center, do those 4 pillars before you come for tomorrow at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time so that you are prepared for tomorrow. And I repeat, this is really important because tomorrow is where we begin. We put all this stuff together. So tomorrow you want to have the 4 pillars before you come, and you want to be on time because we're starting 5 minutes in. Okay, so at 7:05 tomorrow Mountain Standard Time, we will begin day 4 and begin learning how to heal your chakras. Again, because we have a lot of information tomorrow, we're going to start early. Okay, so I've been talking a lot about these shifts, a lot about, what's going on in the world, which is really important, right? Because we have a lot going on. But let's take a step back, okay? So now we're here. You learned all of this information. Okay, what now? So why am I getting all of this information, right? So I've already explained tomorrow that we're going to be tying the chakras aspects into, like everything that you've learned with the chakras, into the healing, the actual technique, okay? So that is the important information, but also this information is helping you move through these shifts. And I've talked about whenever we're working on the chakras, it is getting us ready and moving us forward in these shifts that are occurring right now, which is why I'm giving you this information, right? And this is really getting you to step into your power, really getting you to step into yourself. So for the people who don't know me yet or still kind of learning who I am, what I stand for, okay, again, my name is Lauren Egle, 4th level master Peruvian shaman. Hey everybody. But I want you to know a little bit about my convictions, okay? Number 1, I choose and I teach simplicity. The world is confusing enough, guys. We don't need to add more confusion. I choose and I teach simplicity. I don't make things more confusing than they are. I may give you multiple information because not everything is black and white, but I give you it in the simplest way. So I choose and I teach simplicity. Number 2 is I choose and I teach to lead with conviction. Now this is important for everybody. Okay, this is what I teach. I teach all of you to choose and to lead with conviction. Okay, this is super important for us to step up, for us to take charge, for us to really step into our power so that we can do and fulfill our purpose on this earth. Okay, so this is really important to lead with conviction. Now, I also choose and I teach to break the mold. What does this mean? We've had a lot of stigma with the spiritual community. So if you're used to the spiritual community, there's a lot of stigma in it, a lot of old dogmatic ways that you have to do certain things. I'm here to break that mold. I choose and I teach to break that mold and to really follow your heart instead of having to stay in the box. Okay? I teach you how to step outside of the box so that you can fully step into your conviction, so that you can fully step into your purpose. So I don't teach this is how you do it. I teach this is what is right for you, and most of the time that is stepping outside the box. That is breaking the mold. Okay? And I also teach you to be the leader with your gifts and with your purpose. Why? You have to be the leader. And you're going to learn as you go. Many of you are already stepping into that leadership role. Maybe you've been in that leadership role. But we want to step into our purpose with conviction. We want to step into our purpose and use our gifts with that conviction mindset, with that leadership mindset. And the reason being is because we're the only ones who know how to work with our own gifts, how to work with our own purpose. We need to step forward and be strong in what we truly know, what we truly believe within ourselves, because no one is going to understand it better than you. So you have to be the leader if you want to step forward to use your own gifts and to spread those gifts to other people. So I really teach you on learning how to trust yourself, trust your intuition. Okay? And also one of my convictions is I choose this revolution. This is a revolution. And I choose and teach how to excel and be abundant in this revolution. Because what's happening right now, guys, we have the coronavirus, we have the economic downturn, we have all the craziness. And if we're stuck in a space of lack, right? And many of us may be really working on that in a deeper level. But if we're staying in that place of lack and we're not living in that place of abundance, how are we going to teach other people to live in that place of abundance, right? So again, this may be something that we're working on right now, but this is how we excel. We choose to stay in that abundance through this revolution. And this revolution is because people are waking up in the mass scales, and I've preached about this over and over and over again, okay? So the last thing is I choose and teach to reach my full potential, and I teach others to reach their full potential. This is where we're going. This is my conviction. So now you want to ask yourselves, what's important for you? Is breaking the mold? Is stepping outside the box important for you so that you can step into your power? Is leading with conviction for you important so that you can lead others? Because right now, I'm creating an army. And when I say creating an army, I'm not talking about anything like war or anything like that. As in, I'm creating, which is actually really assisting, I'm assisting you to, each and every one of you, to step into your power, to wake up, to embody your power so that you can go out and to help other people in this time of chaos. And I'm thrilled with it. And I know deep down in your heart, many of you are too, and you've said it over and over. So I'm really, really excited about this. So we want to look at the bigger picture, and I don't want to create worry here, guys, because there is no worry. When we go into our heart, when we step into our power, when we really go in that neutrality, we know that everything is happening for a reason. And this is what we're continuing to learn. A reason maybe we don't understand fully, but we know that there is a bigger picture, right? And that's what I was saying, let's look at the bigger picture. So it's not to create worry when I say we're having urgency right now, but rather it's to look into your heart and say, oh yeah, it's true. I need to move. And for most of you, this is completely true. It's time to move. It's time to make those next steps. It's time to become that spiritual warrior. Thank you, Belinda Dickey. Thank you so much. It's time to become that spiritual warrior because people out there need you right now. And your soul is waiting for you. If you haven't stepped into your full power yet, is waiting for you. And that excitement is there. That excitement is there. So, again, we do all of this by our heart. Our heart leads us in which direction to go. And this is where I'm really helping you on, is learning how to access your heart, getting that grounding so that you can skyrocket. And also I'm helping you with that skyrocketing. Jan said it's a different type of antsy feeling. Yes, it's excitement, right? Because it feels so good because it's coming from the heart. And Lisa says, this is so true for me. I feel it strongly. Yes, so many people do. And I'm really thrilled to be living in this time. But guys, there is an urgency here. It's not to stress out and be like, oh, I got to do. But rather, it's to go back into your heart and to ask and be patient, because everything's going to come pretty quickly, guys. I'm telling you that right now. It's actually going to come a lot quicker than it has in the past ever. Like, maybe not during like Atlantis time and all of that. But since we've known, right? It's going to come quickly. So it's to trust when it is, and not to worry and not to freak out on what's to come, because when we're in our hearts, when we're staying present, we know the next move, because our heart's going to be like, oh, let's go this way. Like, let's go, let's do this. So it's that vulnerability, that patience, and that really following your heart to know when to step forward. Yes. Okay. So again, reminders. Now that everybody's jumped on, again, if you haven't sent a message or commented down below, let me know that you're here. Let me know that you're excited. You could also like the video, all of that. Reminders, again, I just wanted to say one more time, tomorrow, come on time, set a reminder to be on time. We're going to start 5 minutes in. I am not going to talk in the beginning, so make sure you come on time. Number 2 is set the 4 pillars before you come. That way you're grounded, heart-centered. You have a sacred space set around you, and you are whatever the 4th pillar is, because it's not coming to my head right now. So set those 4 pillars before. The winner for yesterday's Tuesday live training, which is again the $20 Amazon gift card, is Maria Hantes. If I butchered it, I'm sorry, but congratulations, Maria. You are the winner, and I will be connecting with you tomorrow to get you that $20 gift card to Amazon so that you can use that to whatever really helps you, and however you want to use it, honestly, whatever feels really good with your heart. All right, so let's see. Another thing too, and I wanted to say this, is one more reminder is, don't forget, the homework is going to be posted at 8 I didn't set it up, so I'm going to have to do it right after. So around 8 o'clock is when the homework is going to be posted. That way you can qualify for the scholarships if you're in the running for that, and the daily prizes. Okay, so don't forget that. And thank you, it is surrender. Okay, so the last thing is, guys, with oracle cards, one of my recent clients did bring this up. She saw the post about the oracle cards, and she made a really good point. So this is something that I didn't tell this group that I teach in the Lightworkers Path program, is that when you're using something outside of you, whether it's oracle cards, whether it's feathers, whether it's essential oils, whatever you're using, those are tools. What does this mean? This means that you still have the answers inside, and I teach this in the Lightworkers Path program, but she reminded me to teach it here, is that you have the answers within you. So the oracle cards, if you did buy some, it's not always that you need to look outside for your answers, but rather you always want to go inside first for those answers. The oracle cards are there to assist you along in that. So what happens with that is sometimes we can get so used to getting answers from other people. We can get so used to getting answers from our tools that we become dependent on them. But the thing is that what we want to do is learn to trust ourselves. So the first thing we want to do is go within ourselves to find the answers. Go within our hearts to find the answers before we even go into the oracle cards. So what I do is I actually, with my oracle cards, I will ask my angels, guides, helpers, I'll go into my heart and ask, okay, is it of my highest benefit to use my oracle cards right now? If I get a no, I don't touch them. If I get a yes, then I'll use them, and I'll state the intention, and I'll blow the intention into the oracle cards, and then I'll use them. And this is important because for me, for example, and I've had some clients with this too, that again, we can become reliant on other people. What I teach is your independence, is that everything that you need is within you. So the oracle cards, what happened to me a while ago is that on another level, I got kind of dependent on my oracle cards. This was whenever I was starting out. So for the longest time, Spirit wouldn't let me use the oracle cards because I kept wanting to go to them before I actually went to myself first. And I kept looking for answers within the oracle cards instead of looking with answers in myself and trusting myself. So use these as secondary, okay? They're still there to help you. They give you the information to really put things together, but remember to trust yourself. And if you need us to put them aside because you're becoming too dependent on them, then do so, because we want to learn how to trust ourselves. Okay, that was a little tidbit that I wanted to let everybody know in case you didn't know that. Okay. Let's see. The last thing is we shall begin. Okay. So everybody get your handy dandy workbook. Yay! Blue's Clues. I don't know why that makes me happy every time I say it. Tonight we're beginning the why of chakra healing, okay? So, what does this mean? There's blanks for you, so we're going to go down. I'm going to answer these pretty quickly because, again, I don't feel there's quite a few I'm going to go quite deeper in because that's really important, but I'm also going to go based on guidance so you can follow along with your workbook, but also there's going to be more information. So number one, intention is, in the space is everything. So whenever I'm going to teach you how to open and how to close your chakras, you want to know that intention is everything. So if you open your chakras the wrong way, but you're, like you say, you open it going clockwise instead of counterclockwise, but your intention is to open it, then that's okay. That means you opened it, because intention is the most important. So that's why I say, guys, whenever things are coming from your subconscious, and so okay, say if I'm setting an intention into the universe, and things, even though I say something, I still have, or I want something, I still have those subconscious intentions that hold a lot of weight, and therefore I may, like, what I'm asking may not be of my highest benefit. So that's why I want to say only what's of my highest benefit, right? And I don't know if that really helps, but my point is that intention is everything. So even like when, why am I going into subconscious? Okay. Intention is everything. So whenever you're opening your chakras or you're closing your chakras, if your intention was to open it, if your intention was to close it, know that that is what's happening. Don't get so stuck on the how-tos, okay? Because the intention is what is important. And that is across the board in spiritual work. The intention is most important. Okay. So number 2 is, what is your spiritual body? Okay. Sorry. Your spiritual body. So we have, I'm kind of getting to take this a few ways. We have, of course, our aura, right? That is like our spiritual body. That's like our light body. Okay. Our spiritual body. So whenever I say spiritual body, we have the mental body, which is not necessarily spiritual. So we have the mental body, we have the emotional body, we have the physical body, and then we have the spiritual body. Okay, you know what the mental body is, you know what the emotional body is, your emotions and everything connected to that. You know what the physical body is, this, right? The physical. And then we have the spiritual body. The spiritual body consists of the soul and what the soul needs. The spiritual body is like the makeup of mental, emotional, and physical. So it is the biggest thing, the biggest like whammy of the 4 bodies. So with that being said, what is your spiritual body? Your spiritual body consists of your soul. Your spiritual body consists of your aura. So that's part of your spiritual body. Your spiritual body with that consists of your purpose. So your soul's purpose. With that being said, your spiritual body consists of your spark. Okay, so I'm actually getting to go deeper into the spark, into your drive. Whenever I teach purpose and finding your purpose, how I've seen and how I still see somebody's purpose within them is I see it as, oh, it's shifting, it's rainbow now, that is so cool. I see it as these crystals about in a person's heart. Again, people visualize things differently, and that is part of how you see things or how you feel things or know things. But I see it as crystals, which used to be this red, this fire, passion red. And then each little crystal that came out of it was your purpose or purposes. So with that being said, I would see one crystal as black, as in it's, okay, that's no longer your purpose, you've completed, or it's no longer your purpose. I would see another little crystal as something that just seemed like a dull red. Whenever I saw it red, now I'm seeing it rainbow. People are really changing right now, which is why I'm seeing a different color. It's a dull red, which means you need to dust that off. Like there's something, one of your purposes, you need to dust it off. You're not looking at it. You're not paying attention to it. You're not giving it the love. It's not flourishing. The third one I would see is like a bright red, like really glowing crystal, jutting out from this like bunch of crystals, this little piece. And that was your purpose that is really, really driving you right now and like your main thing. So people have different, people may have a purpose or multiple purposes, okay? And a purpose can be from being a mom itself or being a parent itself, all the way to opening a international nonprofit organization that makes millions of dollars saving the world, okay? Everybody's purpose is so important. If your purpose here is to touch only the people in your neighborhood by opening up some type of health store and do herbs, for example, for them, or do your own energy work just for that community, that is perfect. That is perfect, perfect, perfect for your purpose. If that's what lights you up, that's really important. So the reason what keeps coming back, and the reason why I'm even telling you about the crystals and how I see people's purposes, is because what I keep saying that comes up is the dull crystal. The dull crystal is where we've ignored it. The reason why I'm getting this message right now is, and because I normally don't tell people how I see purposes, but the reason why I'm getting this message right now is because I'm seeing a handful in this group right now. A handful in this group right now is not even looking at their purpose. As in, not that they don't want to, not that you don't want to, but rather it's to get to be on that path of your purpose. You're blocking something out, and therefore it's making you steer another way because you don't want to look at one aspect of your purpose. So I was actually talking to a client today about this. We were actually talking about unlocking gifts. That was the call. So we're unlocking gifts, okay? And we're working on the third eye and techniques to open the third eye. And she's really working on that. With that being said, if there's things, say it doesn't matter what gift you have, and guys, I'm going to get back into the chakras, but this is coming up, so it must be really important for me to say this right now, and I feel it is. When with our purpose, we have our gifts. Our gifts are unique spiritual gifts, whatever they are, whatever our talents are very important so that we can fulfill those purposes. So when we ignore some of our gifts, then we're ignoring the being able to reach our full potential on that purpose. So, for example, there was, again, one client who didn't want to look at beings, non-human beings, lower vibrational beings, because there was a lot of trauma to that. And again, I talked about the Christian stuff yesterday. I've had many people, and I was born and raised Catholic, guys, so there's absolutely no judgment in anything that I say. With that being said, there was people who have had with the lower vibrational beings, for example, they didn't want to look at their gifts. So say if their gifts are visual and they can see things. Well, they wanted to see only the good things, but they didn't want to see the things that scared them because of past wounds, because of things they experienced in the past, probably when they were little, because when we're little, we're just open, right? Until somebody says, no, what you're looking at is wrong, or what you're looking at is bad, or we get scared. When we're little, we'll close it off. So with that being said, it's learning to accept and learning to face even the scary parts of that gift. And that gift, again, goes directly connected with your purpose and being on that path to your purpose. So, if we want to fully step into our power, when it's time, when it comes up, when you're ready, and I'm not saying ready mentally, I mean ready from the heart, because our mind might say, nope, not ready. But your heart might say, actually, yeah, you are. You're ready. So it's really coming from the heart and facing those fears. And it's not running from them. It's not pushing them away. It's facing them. Okay? And when you face them, it may be a little rough, but the healing that comes with it, this is also helping you to fulfill your purpose, because it is unlocking your abilities. It is growing that unique gift that you have. Okay? And with that being said, when you face what you don't want to look at and you really work with it and heal with it, then you're growing that ability. Then that little crystal that I explained is kind of dull, because you're looking at it, because you're facing it, it lights up. And then you're completely on your path. You're not kind of sidewinding it anymore. You're on your path. And this is important for you. This is important for each of you. So is there something in your life or some gift or something that you don't want to look at because it scares you, but yet you keep being drawn to look at it? That's important. Notice that. If you need help with it, okay, then reach out to get some help. If you don't know how to face it or what to do, reach out, get some help. Okay? So that's just a little tidbit. And I did go off in a tangent, but that's how, once we face that, once we face those fears, our spark, right, gets stronger. Because we know, like, okay, yes, I'm on it. Like, I'm going the right way. I'm getting more fulfillment, all of that. And I've been reading your texts, guys, and thank you so much for commenting. Absolutely love them. Okay, so what is your spiritual body? Your spiritual body is your soul, your purpose, your spark, all of the above, okay? Now, how does healing your chakras affect you? In every way. So I broke it down mentally, emotional, physically, and spiritually. With that being said, emotionally, let's look at emotions. When we're working on our chakras, it helps us to deal with our emotions. Why? Specifically, if we're looking directly at a chakra and we're doing the technique to heal that specific chakra, okay? Will it release our emotions? No, it won't. Releasing our emotions is another technique. But what it does for you is it creates the space to go deeper. It creates a space so you're healing the deeper things in your chakras, whether it's basically energies that are no longer serving you. And once you clear that, you have the ability to go deeper, and then you're like, oh wait, yes, I can actually feel that emotion now because I don't feel like I'm being so weighed down. So what does it do? When you're clearing the chakra, it actually makes a space. So then you feel like you have the space to feel that emotion. And then once you feel it, you can release it and also get more information with it. But that is the emotional part to this. The physical part to this is whenever you are working on your chakras, is going into, let me start with, let's see these. Okay. When we have our physical body, right? So when we're working on a chakra, so say it's my throat chakra. Well, say I don't listen to all of my messages. Well, what happens, and I've said this over and over again, and I don't feel necessarily go into it, but I'm going into it anyway. First, there's the little whisper from spirit. Okay. Hey, you need to look at this. Are you going to look at this? And say we ignore it or we don't hear it. Then there's a little tap. Hey, you need to look at this. Are you going to look at it? And say we don't hear it or we ignore it. Then sometimes there's a big smack in our face, right? When something becomes physical, it is like the last way of saying, and sometimes it could be first, because sometimes we just need the slap in our face and we don't need the in-between, right? But it's basically the last way and the biggest way to get our attention. So anything physically that's happening to us does have connection to the spiritual aspect to it. What is of our highest benefit to learn? What do we need to know about this? And this is why we're having these physical issues. We don't just have physical issues to have them. There's always soul growth lessons to them. Okay, what do I need to learn from it? So how does healing your chakras help you heal physically? Well, it helps you to remove some of that energy that is no longer serving you. That way you can get more information about, what's going on in your life. And therefore, once you start healing your chakra, that energy level, you get more information, you get the knowledge, you learn what it is that is connected to the physical, and therefore your physical ailments, whatever it is, starts to heal. So again, it's making more space so that we can get the information, so that we can take on more information. Because when we feel like we're piled on, especially in this time right now with the news, the media, all of that focusing on the coronavirus and the economic downturn and just like weighing us down, when we do this chakra healing, we're actually helping release all of that, or a lot of that heaviness that we're feeling, and therefore it can get answers more easily and more directly. So this is actually something that you actually might want to do on a daily basis whenever you learn the technique tomorrow. With that being said, another thing to do, let's see. So yeah, working on your chakras helps in the physical way, just exactly how I said. Okay? Helping with your chakras, working on your chakras helps in the physical way. Also, guys, it also helps with organs. Now, what do I mean that it helps with organs, areas of your body or organs? Well, if, say, your throat is hurting, well, then you know that you can go do some chakra clearing on your throat. So this can give you some information. If, for example, your stomach is hurting, right? Say it's like right here, you're hurting. Well, then you can go to your third chakra and work on that, right? If you're getting a headache right here, maybe check on your third eye and do some healing in that area. Okay, so body parts are associated with the different chakras. So if something is happening on the physical, you can go back to the chakras and work on those. You can also go back to the chakras. So say if you're somewhere is hurting physically, so say you're hurting in your head, and you can go back and see what the third eye is all about. You can see if there's connection with the physical issue. So you actually get more information, more knowledge. The more knowledge you get about it, the more it becomes conscious, the more you can heal from it. Okay. With that being said, okay, that's everything for physical. We're going to go into mental. And again, guys, I'm kind of getting to go through this kind of quickly. I know there's a lot of information with this. So if you do have any questions, feel free to ask, okay? Mental. So the chakras, whenever you're healing your chakras, how does it help you mentally? Again, it helps you have understanding. So for example, if my throat is hurting, I'm going to use the throat again. Well, you can go back to your chart that I gave you and look at the throat. The throat, you know is about self-expression. So then you can go back and say, okay, self-expression, like, am I not expressing myself? What situations in my life are saying something about self-expression? Then you could take note on the situations that are going on in your life and say, okay, does this resonate? Does this, like, have meaning for me? Is there something I need to see in these different situations? And then you're going to get the knowledge from it. Oh, this is a pattern that keeps happening, okay? And it has to do with self-expression. So number one, you can work on your chakra with that. Number two, you also get the mental idea of what's happening so that you can now learn, and then you can take action on changing whatever it is that is blocking you. For example, your throat starts hurting. Okay, that has to do with self-expression. So then you think about your life or whatever comes up and notice, oh wait, I'm not expressing myself in this area. So what do you do? Like, say if it's in front of family, for example. What do you do with that is you take that information and then you take the action of, which is start expressing yourself fully to fully learn how to step into your power. Okay. All right, we're going to go into spiritually. So how does the chakras affect you whenever you're healing your chakras spiritually? Number one, clears energy. So it's a clearing, guys. It clears out things that are no longer serving you. It helps let go of some of the stuff that's no longer serving you. And then you feel lighter and it gives you space to grow. And then as you continue to get that space to grow, you could take in more information. You can hold more information in your body. Now, what's coming in right now, okay, here's the extra. So here's the information that is coming in for me to tell you that is not on your sheet. We're going into, if any of you know about how it was first indigo children, and then it was crystal children, and then it's rainbow children, and now is a total different type. It's more of a galactic. Okay, so we're even going deeper. We're past the rainbow now. So if anybody is familiar with this, it's really interesting. So I'm actually getting to go into this new DNA. With that being said, for example, I was born indigo, which means indigo are the first light workers that, and it doesn't, there are generations, yes, but you can also have a 60-year-old who came in as an indigo. They came in awoke. So generations give an idea, but it doesn't really stop us. It's not set in that limit. So I came in as an indigo. And then I continued to grow. Because I continued to grow, then I had the crystalline DNA activation, which means my DNA was changing into crystalline. Crystalline holds a lot of information. It's like a huge crystals or huge storage areas. It holds so much memory and a lot of information. So because I had that DNA, crystalline DNA activation, because my body shifted to that, then I was able to take in and hold more information. Then, because I kept growing and growing and growing, I came into the rainbow DNA. So my body shifted again. My DNA shifted again, but into the rainbow DNA. Now, rainbow DNA, imagine the rainbow, right, is the chakras. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. What does that hold? Well, that holds everything about your root. It holds everything about your solar plexus. It holds sacral. It holds everything about your solar plexus. It is literally everything involved. It holds so much more information, and it goes deeper and even more into ancestral healing, more into things on this earth, and holding that information for the things on this earth and learning and growing in that way. So if you heard about the children, the rainbow children are children that, yes, still are coming up, but we're even going further now. So this is amazing, okay? So the next, I don't know what to call it. I haven't necessarily galactic. I'm getting just call it galactic. The DNA activation, and what we are going into right now with this shift is this galactic energy. But it's both, okay? It is the Earth's energy connected with the galactic energy and really holding strong, which is exactly what we're going through right now, guys. So as you continue to grow, you're going to be going through the different shifts of the DNA activation. It doesn't have to be where someone does an activation for you, unless, you know, that was how it happened. Most likely you came up on somebody who did already have that activated, and if your heart was calling it, it automatically was activated for you. So you could be in the crystalline DNA, depending on where you are in your growth. You could be in the rainbow DNA. Now, I'm getting to tell you this too. The interesting things is that a prophecy with the Native Americans, I can't remember which tribe at the moment, but there was many different, yes, Ivy, I'm going to come back to that. So there was many prophecies of rainbow children or rainbow warriors, okay? This was one of the Native American prophecies, again, I don't know which one, where the rainbow warriors would come to Earth and would heal the Earth, would make the Earth new. This is like a prophecy from hundreds of years ago, I think. I can't exactly put a date to it. I kind of forgot that too. But now is when it's happening. So rainbow children are coming up. What does rainbow children mean? It means that they're coming up already knowing their gifts. They're coming up already knowing their gifts. How amazing is that? So the children that you have right now, if you have any children, you can kind of see where they are. You can tap into your heart and see where they are. Are they crystal children? Are they rainbow children? And there's no better, there's no worse. So it's accepting exactly, you know, where your child is. So the interesting part is this galactic energy, this new energy that we're really bringing in, and the children that are coming up right now. But these children, what I'm understanding, and I'm getting this message right now, is really only coming up with the parents that can handle them, as in the parents that are higher vibrational, because they're higher vibrational. Because if they came up in a world, they're so open, they're so vulnerable, they're coming into this world with their gifts already open, which, and whenever I say galactic, as in they're bringing in these many starseeds type deal, are bringing in galactic already within them, already intertwined with them. So their parents have to be parents that are higher vibrational to help teach them, because they're so vulnerable. And also I'm getting so sturdy too at the same time, but it's different. It's like this very strong, sturdy. It's things that we're trying to learn, they already have. So our children can teach us. Our children can teach us so much. I don't have any children, but I know many of you do. So, okay, so first I want to get to this. Ivy said translucent like. Yes, it is translucent, but it's also this um this energy. It's like a blue green kind of galactic color that I'm seeing, but it's also translucent, but it also is bringing in other colors. I'm seeing multiple colors. Jan said so is it's like stepping stones. Yes. Some people no, it's like stepping stones. Yes. Gretchen says, love energy. Oh, love has so much to do with it. Yes. Like coming in with unconditional love. That's just what they know. That's what they know. And that is where we're going. So the children, like literally, these are like infants, guys. 3 months. Up to 3 months is what I'm getting for majority of the ones that are coming in right now with this new energy. This galactic energy, but like I said, it's like galactic earthly, and it's this unconditional love. um Thanks, Jana. So the this this energy is amazing, and this is where you're getting to, and this is what's coming with the shift. We're learning how to be like these children that are just coming up. We're actually learning how to be like the children today. So okay, I'm not going to go into the children of today because that's going to open up a can of worms. But this is really important because this is where we're going and we can learn from them. And this is why I was bringing it up, and also to let you know that progression of how our bodies are changing. So what does this mean with this new galactic energy whenever we do, if you're not already there, which people are changing like this because it's that rapid time to step into your powers. But that's why we're able to, with this new energy, with the new DNA activation, these DNA changes within us, especially this like galactic, and like I said, this like, but it has this earthly grounding to it. With this, we're able to bring that higher vibrational information, that galactic information, and hold it here. And that's actually what's helping us to ground it into the earth, because we also have that grounding into the earth. So this is really, really awesome stuff. Janza and my grandson, I can't wait till he gets closer to me so I can work with him, because my daughter has cut herself off from all of that. Yeah, guys, because this shift can be harder, because there's things that maybe we don't want to look at. Many people in this world, which is why you're so important right now. This is why you are so important right now. Many people are running from it because we like contentment. We're so used to being a certain way that many people don't understand the change or don't want the change, because that change for them could be scary. So what we're doing is actually helping them with that change. Okay, do any of you have questions? Jana said, I feel like my kids know more than me. I learned a lot from them. Yes, 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 yes. I'm telling you guys, the kids coming up are amazing. We just have to learn how to teach them the best that we can, and they're going to teach us right back. Okay, we're learning so much from the children. So, okay, this is one thing that I do want to do to make sure you have everything from this sheet, is what to do with the information that surfaces. This is the last blank in your worksheet. So with any of the information that surfaces, there's a reason why it's surfacing, guys. It's surfacing, the subconscious stuff, the information is surfacing because it's time to be looked at, okay? So the more you go and you heal the chakras, exactly what I'm going to be teaching you tomorrow, the more you'll be able to look into and dive deeper into the stuff that is surfacing. And the more you heal it, the higher your vibration raises, the more you can step into your purpose, into your power. So if something comes up, it's not to ignore it. I know we have busy lives. I know we have a lot going on right now, but this is why it's so important to give yourself, number one, the time to integrate, and also number two, the time to look into the stuff that is arising for you. Now, as you continue to grow, this is very interesting. How I've taught in the past is not how we're learning anymore as we're shifting into this new energy. So I've really taught about really diving deep and getting to know every aspect and healing that aspect and all of that. As you continue to grow, you may still be there right now, but that is perfect because you're growing from that. But as we continue to shift into this new energy, the way that we're healing is different. It's like it's this immediate, like once we realize what we need to know and we actually take that action, boom, done, healed. It's not like it was before. So that is the energy that we're going into. That is this new shift 5D energy that we're going into. It's such a different way of healing. So I'm getting some people in the group, yes, are still healing the other way. And that is perfect, to go into everything, to release everything, to do it as we were. Continue that. And then eventually that shift will occur where you're going to be getting into this 5D energy more, and the healing is going to be different. And this is also why things are changing for my program, and this is why I'm not teaching the same way anymore, because we're learning and healing differently now. Lisa said, can life situations be presented to you to help heal chakras? 100%. It's all connected. Everything is connected. So life situations are there because it's another opportunity to heal on that soul level. Your chakras are another way to understand that healing, okay? It's another way to look into it. Everything is connected. So your chakras also outline your aura. You have those different layers of your aura, right? Everything is all connected. It just matters how you learn. Some people learn with the chakras. Some people learn with aura. Some people use both. Some people learn with, the 5 clairs and getting their information. It doesn't matter which way you're drawn to heal and to work on that. It's all connected. So to answer your question, yes, the physical things show us and are a mirror image to us, so that we have the soul growth opportunity to change it and to step into this new being. Yes. And it's like a light switch. Jan said it's like a light switch. Perfect. Yes. Okay. So with that being said, does anybody have any questions? I did go through a lot. That is the bit. I'm not getting anything else for today. That was a lot of information, and it's almost done time too. If you have any questions, post down below. I did give you a lot of information, but not too much detail into it. I'll be guided on what to, and then of course, if you ask, I'll be, putting more things in the group. But that is the gist of kind of that shift that's happening right now. And that is also, I gave you the small bit into why you want to heal your chakras. But again, I'm not fully jumping into this, is because the chakra system is changing. And that's why I didn't feel to go fully into what I was just talking about with the chakras. Brittany, what do you mean that goes fast? Okay. The last little bit is, don't forget to do your homework or fun work or the action of today. The action of today will be posted, and it's practice. Post one thing that you learned today, but you will see that online. The second thing is, this is to win. So tonight's session is to win a one-on-one healing session with me. Now it doesn't have to be a healing session. It could be a session to unlock some of your gifts. It could be a session to work on some of your gifts and learn how to use it. So it's a one-on-one session with me in whatever way you feel that you want to work, and or what's guided. We can always ask what's of your highest benefit and flow from there. I have some people on here that have worked with me in a session before. So if you want to say how it is or give your experience, that would be great to have them, let them know. That way they get an idea. But this is the winning, the drawing for tonight. Oh, the hour. Yes. It's true, because I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty speedy in it. pretty speedy in it, and a lot of information. Okay, so that is this. Oh, reminder again, I'm going to say it one more time. Tomorrow, set your timer, be on time. We're starting 5 minutes in. So if you haven't already learned how to heal your chakras, I suggest you being there on time. There's quite a few people that this is their second or third time going through this. So if that's the case, come when you want kind of thing. But there's going to be a lot of information. So Ivy says 5D versus 5G. Mahalo, so grateful for you and this sharing. Oh man, don't get me started with 5G. Thank you so much, Ivy, for coming. And Diane, thank you so much for being here. You have been a rock with all of this. Okay, and I'm happy I gave you each a lot of clarity, and everybody have an amazing night. And don't forget to do your 4 pillars before you get on tomorrow. Jana says, love my sessions with Lauren. She's amazing. Oh, Jana, I love working with you. Yep, thank you, everybody. Have an amazing night, and I will talk to you tomorrow. I'm about to post the homework for you, so stay tuned. If you don't see it on your page, keep refreshing, and this will qualify you for the one-on-one Heal Your Chakras. I'm sorry, one-on-one session with me. All right, bye, guys.